Let's take a look at our next project. So the shifter rod is broken. Actually, it's a tube that breaks. But often what you'll have is you'll have your shifter and you'll feel play in here. It'll move up and down. And this is the first sign that this is going to break. What it is there is a tube in here. I'll show you in a second the tube that I've got. But there's a tube in here that a rod fits down the center of it. And the tube holds one part and the rod activates the other part. So the rod is what activates your release, and then the tube's what shifts. So what happens is that bushing breaks and then it binds and then it cracks. So we're going to get this apart and I'm going to show you exactly what's going on there. So to start that off, to get us started here, we're going to pull off this the column trim here. I'm going to pull off that column trim, and then I'm going to pull off this knee bolster, and there's a plate underneath here that's going to come out too. And then we're going to drop this column down a little bit, drop it down. We're not going to remove it, just drop it. There's 2 bolts in the back that holds the shifter cable on. And then from there we're going to take and we're going to pop that tube out, and I'll show you the new tube as we're putting it in. I'll just grab the new tube and show you that here. So here's that new part. It's a Dorman part, 905-102. And you can see here's the tube, and then there's the rod that goes down the center of the tube. So this tube has been cracked somewhere, probably. It's been cracked. You can see how it operates there. One end goes on the shifter rod fits in here, and then, well, it'll be actually the other end. That end's the shifter rod, and then you can see where the plate bolts on that operates your shifter cable here. And then this will be a shift lockout that'll fit in here, and it's got the bushings on it. So I'll drop that column and I'll show you. It's actually a fairly easy fix. So the column's down now. You can see it's down. What I do is I just slide the seat forward enough to support the column. You don't want it just hanging on the wires. And then you can get in here. I got my air ratchet in there with a T25 on it, or T27. And there's a decent amount of room to get those bolts off there. Okay, so here we are. This is it out of the vehicle. You can see it broke right through, cracked right through. It's just pot metal. And then the rod broke also. So we're going to transfer over, then we'll transfer over this pin, this plate for the shift interlock, that spring over on the other one. I'll grease up that rod, and then we'll put her back together. So we're just finishing up the column here. It's up, ready to go. But just before I button it all up, if you notice my my pointer to the Prindle switch is out a bit, so I'm going to adjust that. That's a very easy adjustment. Right down under here. So here's the adjustment right here. You can see it right here, this little knob. Back and forth, and it'll change your pointer on your Prindle. Pretty easy to adjust that up while we're here.